Hi, friends. Welcome back to your practice. I am Katie Arnold, and today is our holiday yoga and meditation practice. In this short class, we are going to start our days from a place of intention and with our self-care and grounding practices done and out of the way. So as the excitement of the holidays continues to take over your day, take over your life, as your days are filled with time with family and friends and things that we may enjoy, and maybe also moments that you don't enjoy as much, but you are able to handle the energy from everybody else because you have taken this time for yourself first and foremost. So for this practice, you don't need any props. You could grab a blanket or a meditation pillow if you like to sit atop something during the meditation portion of our practice, but you don't actually need anything. Now, before we get to our mats, just a quick reminder, if you haven't grabbed your end of year journal prompts, now is a great time to do so. That free download is in the description below. And with these journal prompts, I'm helping to set you up for the year ahead, to reflect on this past year and bring yourself into the new year by setting the goals, setting the intention, setting how you want to feel for the year ahead. So grab those at the link below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and then go ahead and meet me on your mats in Balasana, child's pose. All right, friends. So like I said, we are going to get started in Balasana, child's pose. So bringing those big toes together, knees out nice and wide. Let your hips sink down towards your heels. Forehead will rest all the way down on the mat. Palms reaching forward and melting down into the earth. You might rest those forearms down on the mat, or you can walk the fingertips forward and taking more of an active child's pose. And just settling yourself right in. This is a slow flow practice, so we know that we'll move and we'll flow and make some space and take up space on our mats, but still allowing ourselves to ease into this practice from a place of stillness, of ease, of comfort. So tapping into and settling into that place of ease. Letting the breath flow naturally in and out of the nose. And only building that ujjayi breath when it feels good to you. So that ujjayi breath is our audible inhales and exhales that come in and out through the nose. And it almost sounds like an ocean and ocean waves flowing in and out of the shore. So there's no rush to kind of build your way there. You have probably about 3 more breath cycles to build into your ujjayi pranayama. So if you haven't already started, start to work your way there. Inhale, walk those fingertips forward. And then exhale, walk them over to the right side of your mat. Maybe the left hand stacks on top of the right, getting a nice side body stretch. Inhale, walk those hands back through center, and exhale, take them over to the left side. This time, right hand can stack on top of the left, opening up that right side body this time. Last round of breath. Inhale, walk those hands back through center. Stay for your exhale, soften that chest. And inhale, press yourself up to our neutral tabletop position. Wrists are going to come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And moving through our cat and cow, inhale, dropping that belly, lifting that gaze, cow pose. Exhale, belly button to spine, chin to chest for cat. Inhale through cow, heartstrings forward, gaze is going to come forward. Exhale through cat, let that spine round, pulling up towards the ceiling. Inhale through cow. Exhale through cat. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale back to your neutral tabletop position and curl those toes under. Send the hips back, downward facing dog. And maybe starting to pedal out those heels, bending one knee, bending the other. Walking out our downward facing dog, waking up our body to the day, waking up the backside body, opening up the hamstrings, calves, the bottoms of the feet. So really when you get that pedal, you bend that one knee. Can you feel that stretch all the way down through the bottom of your foot? And then switching to the other side. And again, maybe you pause and you feel the openings. And then start to just invite in stillness into our downward facing dog. So feeling free to bring as much of a bend to those knees as feels good in your body today. Letting your chest gently press back towards your thighs, gazing back between the legs. Inhale, send that right leg high behind you, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knees, stack that hip open. Oh my gosh, that feels so good in my hips. Maybe you circle the ankles. Guys, I'm here for the practice with you. We're all benefiting from this right now. Inhale back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot through all the way in between your hands, low lunge. Soften that left knee down to the mat. Hands just stay right here, framing that front foot. Being mindful not to let the right knee track past the toes. Can you keep it right above that ankle? Breathe into the front of the left hip. Curling those back toes under. Inhale, lift that left knee. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Bring those hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise, stand all the way up. Sweep those arms up and overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down through heart center. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, step those right toes back of your mat. Soften that right knee down. Inhale, lifting both arms high, arms reaching up overhead. Don't let those elbows come, or not elbows, those shoulders. I know my anatomy. Don't let the shoulders come up into the ears. Can you soften them a little bit? Take one more big breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step all the way back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take 2 rounds of breath to reset. Inhale, lift that left leg high behind you, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knees, stack those hips open. And then maybe you take those circles with the ankle. Beautiful. Inhale back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that left foot through in between your hands. Right knee softens. We stay right here, hands framing that left foot. One more round of breath. Curl those right toes under, lift that right knee. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Standing up, sweeping the arms high. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left toes go back. Soften that left knee. Inhale, reach those arms up, low lunge. Energy up through the fingertips. Engage that core, pull those low ribs in. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Make your way downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up, arms reach up and overhead. Exhale, hands come down through heart center, pause. So lift all 10 toes. Feel the 4 corners of your feet, suctioning cup with a mat beneath you. And gently let the toes soften back down to the mat. So I want you to feel that sensation underneath the feet. And with both feet planted, know that we're going to look for this feeling, this sensation, as we move into our tree poses on each side. So finding that drishti, that point of focus that isn't moving, shift your weight over into your right foot. Bring that left foot somewhere along that right leg. So maybe down at the ankle, like a little kickstand, maybe up on the inside of the calf. Maybe you take it all the way up on the inside of the thigh. Just please avoid putting the foot over the knee. Letting that left knee open up towards the left side of your mat, left side of your space. Engage the core. Feel the strength in that standing leg. Take another full round of breath right here. Maybe you grow your branches. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Just sweep that left knee forward. Let that left leg is bent and in a 90-degree angle. Left toes flex back towards your face. Keep your eyes on that drishti, that point of focus. One more big breath in. Exhale, start to sweep those left toes behind you, softening them to the mat, finding our crescent, so our high lunge. Right knee tracking over that right ankle. Strong back leg. Core strong and engaged. Full round of breath. Take one more inhale. Exhale, open arm twist. Bring that left arm forward. Send that right arm back. So arms moving in opposite directions. Chest twisting towards the right side of your mat. Full round of breath right here. Take one more inhale. Exhale, take that left hand, bring it all the way down onto the inside of that right foot, low twisting lunge. That right arm now reaching up towards the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, plant that right hand down, step that right foot back to a plank, and then immediately bend those knees, hover them off of your mat. So we're in a hovering tabletop. Pull that core in tight. Notice your body start to shake right away. I'm right there with you. Big breath in. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Reset, reconnect with your breath. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Step, hop, or float to the top of your space. Inhale, up halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Stand up, sweep those arms high. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Pause. Once again, maybe you reconnect with that suction cup feeling underneath the feet. So setting up that steady base with 2 feet on the mat. When you're ready, shifting your weight over into your left foot this time, settling into what your tree pose is. So maybe it's the little kickstand. Maybe it's the inside of the calf. Maybe it's all the way up on the thigh. And no judgments for where you're at. No judgments if you fall out and have to come back and meet us. Balance is new and different and changes in our bodies day to day and side to side. So just meeting yourself where you're at today. But we couldn't have a holiday flow without tree pose. So taking one more full round of breath. And then inhale, one-legged Tadasana. So that right knee sweeps forward. The right toes come back towards your face. Maybe you grow your branches if you didn't already in your tree pose. Feeling grounded, feeling rooted, feeling stable. Big breath in. Exhale, send those right toes behind you. Bring them down to the mat. Come into your crescent. Now, if you feel like you're on a tightrope, I want you to heel toe the left foot a little bit more towards the left side of your mat. So widening out that base. Instead, you're on some holiday railroad tracks. They don't have to be holiday, but we're going with the theme for today. Take a breath in. Exhale, open arm twist, right arm forward, left arm back this time. Now feel that core. It's already been fired on, but feel it like almost fire on even more as we kind of continue to play with our balance and kind of require its needs. Take a big inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down on the inside of that left foot, left arm right up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand to the mat, step back to the plank, and then soften those knees. They're hovering only about an inch off the mat. Really pressing the palms away. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Breathe. Notice if your breath got away from you. Notice if you need to reconnect with yourself, with your breath, with your body, with your intention for showing up on your mat. Inhale, send that right leg high behind you. Exhale, bring that right knee to that right wrist. Left foot or right foot going towards the left hand. So we're setting up for half pigeon pose, extending that left leg back behind you. And if half pigeon is not accessible for you, I want you to roll onto your back and take a figure 4. So planting that left foot, crossing that right ankle over your left thigh. So if you're in that half pigeon, fingertips to the mat. And I like to first find some extension, some length through the spine. And sometimes I hang here for a breath or two. And then when it feels good to you, you might choose to soften, coming down onto those forearms. We're here for about 7 breaths. If you're in a figure 4 on your back, just stay there a moment longer. If you're in half pigeon, first come back up onto those tall arms. Curl the left toes under, step back to your downward facing dog. And now whether you are in or taking the half pigeon or the figure 4, we're just switching to the other side. So for half pigeon, inhale, send that left leg high behind you. Exhale, bring that left knee to the left wrist. Left foot comes behind the right wrist. And first staying up in tall arms and noticing if one side is a little bit different than the other. This side is a lot tighter for me, a lot tighter. So I'm going to hang high a little bit longer. And at any point that feels good to you, I invite you to soften down onto those forearms. If you're in half pigeon and you're on your forearms, first come up onto tall arms. And if you took a figure 4 on your back, just go ahead and unwind your legs. And you don't need to come back to a downward facing dog. We're all going to meet in a seated position. But if you took that half pigeon, first curl those right toes under, make your way back to your downward facing dog. I want you to just come out of both sides the same way. And then you can make your way to a seat, however feels good to you. So we're all meeting seated on our mat, extending both legs out in front of you, and just start to rock a bit side to side, moving the fleshy parts of our booties out of the way. Flex those toes back towards your face, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. And exhale, start to think about bringing your chest to your toes. And then we're going to round, taking a seated forward fold. So grabbing on to whatever is available to you here today. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall, coming out of your forward fold. And if you are going to use any props for our meditation, you are welcome to grab those now. I am going to sit atop my meditation cushion, but make your way to your meditation position. So whether that be lying all the way down in a Shavasana-like state, you're welcome to do so. Or if you want to sit on a cushion or edge of your blanket, just take a moment to make your way there. And then wherever you've landed, I want you to lengthen through your spine. So stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, extending through the side body, lengthening through the neck. Hands can rest wherever feels best for you. You can choose if palms are facing up, if you're more in a place of receiving. Or maybe you want to have those hands down. If you're seated, they can be resting on your knees. Palms down is more of a sign of looking for additional grounding energy. So taking whatever you need and knowing that what you choose to do for this meditation and what I choose to do can and likely should be and need to be two different things. So not trying to compare my meditation position to yours. Just like we don't want to compare my yoga practice to yours. And to get out of these practices for ourselves exactly what it is that we need. Knowing that they can only best support us when we do tune into what we need, when we do focus on what it is that we need, when we do prioritize what it is that we need. And just let that breath flow naturally in and out of the body. If you are still holding on to your Ujjayi breath, then I invite you to release that. So that exhale can come out of the nose or the mouth, whichever feels more natural for you here. Seeing and noticing any places within your physical body that you might be clinging, grasping, holding on to. And can you start to let those go? Can you start to find ease within the face, the jaw, the forehead? Can you let the shoulders relax? Can you let go of any need or desire to hold in the belly? In just a few more moments for yourself here to sit in this place of silent stillness. And keeping those eyes closed or eyelids heavy, start to feel the places where your physical body is touching the earth, or a chair, or a cushion, whatever may be beneath you. So just slowly returning to the physical space. And now sweeping those arms out nice and wide, letting those palms meet overhead, pulling the hands down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. But even more so, thank you for taking this time for you, for what you need before the holidays just really kind of kick off and take off today. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you all so much. I will see you next time. Have a beautiful holiday.